Hey everybody, it's Alexander Williamson here with the secret history inside of your aquarium. Tonight we're talking about my aquarium, and we are going to be meddling in the aquarium. We have here a 17-gallon Neo slash Nano aquarium, as I like to call it. Neo because there's neocaridina shrimp, and it is in the newer style of aquarium keeping, that is with the CO2 and the highlights and liquid ferts and all that jazz, and ADA Amazonia Light. We have Lucas Brett's Blue Dream Shrimp in here. We have lots of critters from places far and wide that are all pretty much, other than the panda loaches back there and the there are a few in here, pleco fry, and they are not native to Lake Inle. So here's another one. This is a fancy tail or long tail L144 albino blue eye. So kind of cool. And the other fellas that have been in here at one point are sitting here, and these are my jumpers. These are my RU2 pseudomagills, and I have taken them out of the tank. These were fry, and now they're big enough to hold their own with all the other fish. And we've got 3 males here and a female. Female being down in the lower left right now, and the males having that bigger display. But back to the tank. So what's going on with the tank? Why am I messing with it? Well, first of all, this wood was not in it formerly, and so I want to put this chunk of wood in there. Also, you can see that my Malawa or Malawa shrimp are really digging on the wood. They're clear, sorry, you have a hard time seeing them. They look like gold speckled shrimp up close, though, or silver. And I wanted to just change things up a little bit. We've got a lot of bucephalandra. We've got a lot of plants that could be kind of affixed to the wood, and then they would look pretty neat on that wood rather than just sitting in the crags between the rocks. Also, kind of catching algae in some spots, so I want to switch up the flow, make sure that the flow's doing well so that all these Hillstream species from Lake Inle are doing just great. So, what we will be working on, and I've talked about this in other videos, is we've got a bit of a haircut needed here. As you can see, I've got about 3 feet on some of these. This goes all the way from one corner all the way up to the top of the water and then over. And when you look at it, there's really not that many stems, but they branch off. And so if you look here and we take a look at this, I've shown this in detail in other videos, and I'll probably be making another one soon about some of these specific plants, how you want to cut them by species. But essentially, this plant here, I've been trimming in a way that I cut it, and then I move up a little bit, cut it, move up a little bit, and then I harvest these ends. So each time I do that, it splits into 2, and pretty soon you have this bushy plant. So all of this, let's see, let me grab one hunk of it. All of this stuff floating up here, all this clump in my hand is one plant. And so it takes up a very small footprint. If you look at the stalks down there, there's really only maybe, 15 or 20. But at the top, there's a good 60 different plant selections and chunks going on here, and they're starting to put out runners, which means that's absolutely a perfect time. And when you can see like this many root runners coming out of a plant, they're either not getting enough light or the crown has gotten big enough up here, the top of the plant that has that nice color. It's gotten it big enough, you're seeing that nice color all through the plant, that now we can cut that off and it will grow right at that spot. So as I trim this, it'll be fast motion for you guys, it'll be an hour for me, and I'll basically be trimming everything from this rotala and mini butterfly rotala, sunset Ludwigia, red, super red Ludwigia, What else do we have in here? We have a rotundifolia rotala, Vietnam pink, rotala sunset, hygrophila, polysperma, that one of the kinds that's legal to have but not buy or sell. Some bacopa here. This is lemon bacopa, and then we've got saffron. I guess those are the same, sorry. We've got the red bacopa too, and I basically want to get more light in here so that we can get this boost. You can see that nice blue shimmering boost down there. And some of these other plants, just want to give them a chance. Like we've got some pogostemon, hellfry, however you want to say it. It looks like hellfairy, but it's really pronounced hellfry. Red, which is also known as downoi. And that means little star. It's just a nice green plant, but it can turn red with enough light, and if you turn back the iron. Also, some of my favorite plants in this aquarium, like the rotala willichii, is not so pink at the top anymore. It's getting crowded out. I already trimmed off some of this side, but it's basically just catching algae and stuff like that. So we're going to make some changes, and we're going to take care of all of that. And you'll be able to sit back and watch along while I do the work. So we'll go into more detail in other videos, but if you have a question, just tell me the minute marker spot where you have the question of what is that plant? What were you doing with that? And I'll be happy to answer that later. Same with fish species, but you should be zoomed back a little ways. If you want to check out this tank in depth about, probably 10 videos ago now, I talk about this lake inlay Southeast Asian tank pretty in depth, talking about it. It's a 17.5 gallon, and it is in the ADA style, although it has a big chunky hang off the back and not a lily pipe. Also in here we have prominent, if you were curious, a lot of people ask about this one. We've got lymnophilia aromatica, hippouroides, which the purple is turned outward on that. It's the difference from others. And I'll just show you a peep around this side, just to kind of give you an idea of what is growing in the tank and how we're going to be trimming. So a lot of these trimmings will be going into other tanks, some just on hold so that I can ship them to you guys who are watching. Also, we've got some nice sword plants in there and some nice crypts in there. A lot of these crypts are just not getting they're not getting to their potential, and I want to move some things around, give them another shot. Something like this pink panther down here, maybe it'll do better in the center if we can clear out some of this other stuff. The Ireo Vietnam, maybe it'll do better if we can get more light to it. Might shift some rocks around. I've got stuff ready from ferts to food and all sorts of things all laid out here. This is just kind of how I work. We've got my curved scissors, my straight scissors, and that's really all you need. You could just use straight scissors if you wanted. And I make sure I feed the fish a little bit. I usually do a water change after all this because of the mess it can make. And then, as I said, I got these guys out. They are notorious. These rainbow fish, these Pseudomagilled RU2s, are notorious for jumping. And even with this much water between them and the edge, it wouldn't surprise me if they make an attempt to jump. So, I wanted to let you guys know all that going into it. We'll be turning off probably the heater and the filter just so I can get around a little bit and shifting some things around. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe if you've made it this far and you're interested. And thanks again. The channel's growing, and it's all with really great people you guys are engaged, asking questions, contributing information, and that is all just more than I could have ever hoped for. So sit back and relax as I toil away at this. The last thing I wanted to mention was that the plant that you're seeing here, it's actually kind of a fire red and pink, and you can see the pink pretty well here. This camera doesn't have the best light comparison to real life sometimes under these LEDs, but that is Cabamba fructata, and not frittata. It's not a delicious egg treat. but it is a very cool plant that has a lot of potential, and I want to give it some more room to shine, as well as this cryptocoryne red spiralis tiger. It's another awesome plant, and it deserves the other little ones that are just kind of stunted back there deserve to shine a little bit more. All right, guys, we'll strap in, hang out. I probably won't have much to say at the end of this, so enjoy, take care, and here comes the fast-paced animation thing. Not animation, it's real life. All right, guys, I'll talk to you in the next video. Take care. Lots of info down below, and remember, this is the last week of the sale at Aquatic Arts that they ship, and then after that you can still get stuff, but they won't be shipping because of the holiday rush. They want to be able to ensure that all that livestock gets to you alive and doing well. So that is the rundown. Now here comes the show. Take it easy, guys. Thanks.
Cosmos looking for fun, the multiverse happening to everyone. I've crossed the rainbow bridge. I've been to outer space, I've been to inner space, the laws in time and space, I've been all over the place. It's just the way this wizard lives.
This is my friend Devin, aka Beef Turd, the Wizard.
In mystery,
band.
Things like these ain't strange to me. Ancient gods and witch kings, hills and queens, drumming near harp strings, ethereal voices in harmony. Listen to the elf choir as they sing. Listen to the elf choir as they sing.
Wizard man, listen closely, for we have the answers that you seek. Look inside yourself, for only a wizard can set you free. Only a wizard can be
The master of my heart. My heart. My heart. He's the keeper of my soul. My soul. My soul. And when he's close, I lose control. Control. He's the master of my heart. My heart. My heart. You're my hero. You taught me the ancient ways. You're my healer, a necromancer and a sage. You're my best friend. I hope this never ends. You're my best friend. I love men. I'm talking hairy men. I love men. I'm talking magical men. I love men who can bend the laws of space and time and weave worlds as they blow your mind. I love men. I'm talking passionate guys. Guys who beams down through their thighs. Speaking spells and overpowered minds. Disintegrating demons while still looking fine. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Making love to wizards. Yeah. Making love to wizards. Yeah. Making love to wizards. He's the master of my heart. My heart. He's the keeper of my soul. My soul. My soul. And when he's close, I lose control. Control. He's the master of my heart. My heart. My heart. He's the master of my heart.
Alright, guys, so we're almost done with the trimming, but I'm going to add in a little more music and enjoy as I finish this trim up. That was my buddy's band. Well, my buddy, Devin Bow, aka Beef Turd, for some reason. That's his name. Check him out on YouTube or SoundCloud or all the places you find music. Sit back, we're almost there. Here we go. Alright, you guys, so here is the final trimming of the tank now that we cut that and you watch that in fast motion. I hope that worked out. First time I've tried it on the channel, but basically everything has been trimmed down except for one tuft with the blue dreams hanging out up there. And then down here we've got a really cool tissue culture of a I actually have another one right here of a crypt that is black, and I'm excited to have that. Didn't actually say the name on it, so I'm not sure if it's a variety from it got it from the wet spot down in Oregon, but don't know what the deal was on it. Also, both the little bristlenose and cistrus plicos are out. Some of the little panda loaches are out, and all the shrimp are out, all the fish are out, everyone's happy. It's one happy little family. Also, I dug up all this bucephalandra in the tank. We've got 3 types here, another 2 up there. They're starting to get algae on them again. And then we've got some real big pieces that are pretty old that I've had a long time now that are here. So the wood, I don't know, it might change the way this thing is oriented just because it's going to take a lot of trimming to keep these little islands the way they are. But they are very dense, and so that's going to be nice for different kinds of little creatures and potentially still even spawning of some of these fish. I have coming up a surprise of some kuhli loaches as well as some other little critters that will be joining the colony in here, and so we'll see how all that goes. I'm debating how many of what are going to end up in here, but you can see still a ton of diversity in here amongst the plants and fish, and everything's chugging along. It should grow out with some really, really nice colors. now that everybody has the light that they need. I could have topped off the soil or put in a root tab or two, but I didn't want to mess with the nitrates in the end scheme of things, and I figured disrupting so much and even leaving some of the dead leaves and just some of the thick areas of roots and so forth was enough tinkering for one session. And we'll see how the algae rebounds now that there isn't quite as much of the plant matter to absorb it directly. But I do think that I'm real happy with the way it turned out. You guys aren't seeing the full color here in the plants. Maybe you'll see a better version of it if I come from up at this angle here. Let's see here. Yeah, like some of the reds and things that are going on in here, and some of the pinks and oranges. That'll all become very pronounced as we crank up the CO2 in here, and these plants get the light that they so desperately have craved, and I've deprived them of. Alright guys, as always, here's the spiel. Like, subscribe, and pass it on to a friend if you think it's helpful to anybody. Or feel free to watch it as many times as you like. That is the nature of YouTube. If there's something you're curious that, why the heck did he do that while he was trimming? In the time-lapse video, just leave me a comment, and I can answer your questions in the comments to this. Alright guys, take it easy, take care of yourselves and your tanks, and we will talk another time. Good night.